stung me with that one.
There's a lot of them. Most of them, to be honest.
Oh, there's so many of them, it's hard to choose.
Okay, obviously Shanks. That man cannot stop talking about tennis.
Biggest badger amateur-wise, I'd have to say is Shanks.
I put Robert Shenkman up there. I mean, everyone's going to say him probably.
I mean, it has to be Robert Shenkman. I imagine everybody said that, but it's definitely Robert Shenkman.
Rob Shenkman's got to be pretty close to the top of the list.
Well, Shanks, of course. He knows all the facts.
No, Rob Shenkman, for sure. For sure. I don't know if there's anyone really close to him.
Shenkman, straight away.
Oh, Rob Shenkman. Yeah.
Definitely one, which is Rob Shenkman. I think he's sort of the head of the Badgers.
No, there's only Rob for me. That's all I can think of in my mind.
Yeah, he's the number one for sure.
Yeah, he's the only name. Look, really, honestly, he just loves the game so much. He's just obsessed with it.
Yeah, he's a bit of an encyclopedia. I've been to his house. There's rackets everywhere, old shoes, posters, the lot on the walls. I think he lives and breathes the game, as everyone knows.
I think he knows every match result for the last 20 years. It's crazy.
Like any fact from probably the last 50 years on real tennis and rackets, he's on it. He's just the walking, talking encyclopedia.
Knows every stat. I can't even remember the last match I played, and he remembers matches and points from 7-8 years ago.
Would talk to you for 48 hours straight about real tennis. But he's so good. I love him at the same time. I wouldn't tell him that, but yeah.
If I need to know anything, then my first two people that I will contact, I refer to them as the oracles. That would be Schenkers and Lewis Williams. So,
well, I mean, you've got to say Shenkman, Lewis Williams, but I don't know, are they top players? I don't know.
If I need to know something I don't know the answer to, those two are where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much he doesn't know about real tennis. So I think he's probably the main one.
It's just those two. It's got to be those two.
But yeah, I think Rob Shenkman is probably the man we're looking for in this question.
It's 100% me and Lewis Williams. We are the two biggest badgers. We actually have a WhatsApp chat called Real Tennis Badger Chat. So yeah, I guess I've just admitted that now.
I think Lewis Williams is always kind of keen to talk about the game. He'll call me up outside of tournaments and just chat on about what's going on court, off court. He's pretty clued in to everything that's going on.
Lewis Williams is up there. He likes looking at all the stats and checking his world ranking and seeing how high he's going to get up if he does this. And
Lewis Williams is probably up there as well. He's a big badger. He loves the game as well. But yeah, those two especially are big time lovers of the game, which is great. But yeah, it's those two for sure.
Probably myself a little bit now. I think I'm quite a real tennis fanatic as well. So enjoy learning from all the top guys.
I don't know, I suppose everybody takes it seriously in their own kind of way.
And then, I guess there's a few others that you probably don't always think of so much, but someone like a John Lumley, he knows an awful lot about real tennis, has learned a lot, experienced it at all levels.
Lewis Gordon's a secret badger, but he doesn't want to admit to it.
Steve Virgona. He's very knowledgeable on the game and spends a lot of time studying it. So I got to be with him at one of his eliminated challenges and how he prepares and studies. I was impressed by Steve too.
Maybe Ben Taylor Matthews. I think he's got this slightly, stern persona. But once you get him talking, I think he really loves the sport and knows a lot about it. And I like hearing his nuggets of information when they come out.
Wayne Davies is way up there. I mean, he can, spout every real tennis book backwards and forwards.
Yeah, there's quite a few, but I'm definitely not there myself.
I think there's a chat which might include some of the younger up-and-comers in the UK, but there's also, I think, Zak Eadle, people like that.
Among the girls, Leah. Done.
So I'm looking for an equivalent of Rob Shenkman. Look, I don't know about the girls, but Sass, you've got a master's degree, so you've got to be the top nerd in this game.
Maybe Leah, because she's so determined to play this game and come after Claire. She started this game just to try to beat Claire. I think that's a very impressive goal she set for herself, being the Rackets World Champ.
Josie. Someone like Josie seems pretty into it.
Oh, Josie, she's so, I think it's amazing how much she travels from Australia. It's so hard to get anywhere from Australia, and she puts in an enormous amount of effort. And I know, that she puts in a lot of work at the RMTC as well. And Clearly tennis is important to her, so I think it's great.
I assume everyone will say me.
Maybe I'll say Claire because, she's a professional and she's got to be a geek, I guess, to be at that level.
I'm going to say Sass. That's going to be a really rogue call, but I guess if you can't play and you're watching everyone's tennis instead, you're hardcore into it. So that's Saskia, but second to me.
Well, I would say also myself. Well, I travel for this game. It's crazy, right? It's sort of a very geeky, nerdy thing to do, I reckon.
I think in general, if you've chosen to do real tennis as a career, there's a lot of love for the game.
Yeah, I think we're all geeks in a way because we all love this sport. Yeah.